Okay, so this section is basically allowing you to fine tune a little bit what you want to analyze. And it kind of allows for a bit of wiggle room in terms of what the international consensus recommends. So this bit might take a little while. I'll go through each one of the options at a time and try my best to explain them clearly. So the first one is changing the day and night time. So the international consensus recommends that we break down the metrics of glycemic variability into all, and then day and night. And they define day and night as 6 in the morning till 12, and then 12 until 6, a day and night respectively. So basically, this allows you to just say, actually, for what I'm doing, I'm interested from 8 in the morning till 11 o'clock at night. And then you could do the same both ways, 11 o'clock at night until 8 in the morning. And this is then basically when you get to the next stage, you will see a breakdown of day, night, and all, which you can toggle between. The thing with this as well, though, is that you don't have to match them. So you could say, I'm interested till 8 until 11, and then I am from the nighttime, I'm actually interested from 9 until 8, say. Or you could say, actually, I'm only interested from the period of 3 in the morning till 6 in the morning, say. So this just gives you a little bit of flexibility, and this will be for all of your subjects or your CGM files that you put in. So the second one is about the time in range thresholds. So the percentage time in range is the number, essentially the number of readings that are within a certain range, like threshold of glucose range. So for example, time in normal range, 3.9 millimoles per liter to 10 millimoles per liter. So all of the ones that are recommended in the international consensus are in there: time in level 1 hypoglycemia, level 2 hypoglycemia, normal range, level 2 hypoglycemia, level 1 hypoglycemia, in a very random order. But this basically allows you to fine tune it. So for example, if you're interested in exercise and you want people to be keeping their glucose levels a little bit higher, you could say, oh, I'm actually interested in 5 to maybe 12. This is the period I'm interested in. Or for this one, you're looking at tight control, which is 3.9 to 7.8. So you could then add that as another range as well. So yeah, there we go. If you put one in and you're then not interested in it anymore, then you can just remove it by pressing this button here. And you can add up to, I think, 50 different timing ranges, which hopefully should be plenty. And again, this will be added to your timing ranges that you already have. This isn't going to replace them or anything. So you'll have your standard ranges and then anything that you're interested in separately. So this one here allows you to adjust the thresholds for glycemic events. So for example, number of hypoglycemic episodes or number of level 1, level 2 hypoglycemic episodes. It allows you to adjust the threshold. So normally a hypoglycemic episode is considered 15 minutes below 3.9 millimoles per liter. I'm sorry, I'm working in what I know, which is millimoles per liter. So sorry for anyone who's using milligrams per deciliter. And a level 2 hypoglycemic episode is 3 millimoles per liter. So basically what you can do though is if you're interested in higher, so say actually because it's a period where we really don't want people to be going low or whatever it is that you're interested in, you can select with some difficulty 3.9 and 5 maybe. And you can say actually we want to see 20 minutes in that threshold before we'd be satisfied that that's an episode. And the same with hypoglycemic episodes here. A prolonged event is where essentially they go below the level 2 threshold or above the level 2 threshold for hypo and hyper respectively. And that is for 120 minutes usually. But again, you can edit this here. The difference between this one and the one before is that if you change these thresholds, you won't see both. You'll only see your edited version. So finally, the low-high cutoff point. So for each device, when the device gets to the blood glucose levels get too low or too high, you'll essentially just see a low or high value in the CGM trace, in the glucose readings, I mean. And basically different devices treat this differently. So for example, a Dexcom will replace a high value with 22.2. But I said, well, when it goes above 22.2, you'll see high. The same with the Libre, Freestyle Libre in Europe, 22.2, but in America, it's 27.8. So this is where it becomes a bit confusing. So essentially, what by default, what the default value is actually, it's actually 22.3 and 2.1. So if you want to change this and you want to say, actually, I want the cutoff to be lower, or 22 or 2.2 and 22.2, like replace them with the same, then just edit these accordingly. The other options here are that you can remove the low and high values, be like, I'm not interested in them, get rid of them. And the other option is, so for example, one study that we're looking at the moment, some of them, the Freestyle Libres are in America, and some of them they're in the UK. So if you say, actually, I want the low and high value to be replaced by 22.3, let's say, for the British ones, and for the American ones, what we want to do is replace the high values with 22.3, and we also want to cap all the values that go above that, because otherwise you're going to see inconsistencies. So that's essentially what that's for. But you could also use this, that you want to just cap your values, just say, actually, I don't want anything above 18. And you could just cap it at that. And all of the values above 18 would be replaced, or 19, let's say, would be replaced with that. So that's another way that you could use that. Once you're happy with all of these adjustments that you've made, just press the next button to take you to the next section.